Hello and welcome to the South Paris Arena. It's day 8 of Goalball at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. It's all or nothing with medals up for grabs for two countries. It's Brazil, the People's Republic of China in both bronze medal matches. I'm delighted to welcome you along to Goalball, a sport unique to the Paralympic Games. It's one of two sports that doesn't have an Olympic equivalent. It's a high-tempo game, very physical and highly entertaining. Goalball is designed for athletes with a vision impairment. All the players are required to wear patches and blackout eye masks to ensure a level playing field across the competition. Teams consist of 6 players, with 3 members playing at any one time. Teams are allowed substitutions throughout the match, 4 in total. Simple aim of Goalball is to try and throw a ball past your opponent and into the back of the net. It sounds simple, but a lot of hard work goes into the game of Goalball. Brazil, People's Republic of China, in the bronze medal game. The beauty of Goalball is that players use a variety of different techniques to release the ball, including the 180 degrees turn, full rotation, and even some players throw the ball between their legs. There's no right way or wrong way in Goalball. As long as it ends up in the back of the net, you can get creative, mix it up. Ball itself is a similar size to a basketball. It has 2 bells inside with 8 holes around the ball, so players can pick up the noise of those 2 bells inside. It weighs 1.25 kilograms, which is similar to a standard bag of sugar that you'll find in the supermarket or in the shelves at home. It's a serious workout for the players.
Incredible just how physically taxing this sport is, and it can really hurt if you get a 1.25 kilogram ball into your torso.
A meeting between the current Paralympic gold and silver medalists. Brazil beat People's Republic of China in the gold medal match in Tokyo. It's a sport that requires great physical and mental strength, as players can use any part of their body to block the ball. Communication is also really crucial between the players on the court and the coaching staff in the team bench area. Court is separated into 3 sections. Either side of the centre line is the neutral area, and the areas in front of the goals are the team areas. Players can use the frame of the goal to position themselves on the court, whilst the court markings are also tactile, so players can navigate their way around the court.
Looking forward to seeing Brazil's shot selection today. They're a side that plays with a lot of flair. You see the famous Brazilian between the legs throw, very much a trademark of Brazilian Goalball. Makes them very exciting to watch.
Players going through their warm-ups. People's Republic of China. Yang Mingyuan, 26 goals. Top scorer here in Paris.
Looking forward to seeing Yang Mingyuan. He looks slightly subdued in the semi-final, and interesting to see if he's back on scoring form now.
The route to the bronze medal match. Tough game against Japan.
really was. They came into that semi-final with a brilliant run of form, but just didn't come together for them, conceded lots of penalties. And Mingyuan was pretty well neutralised by the Japanese side.
The current Paralympic gold medalists include Leomon Moreno, 12 goals so far here in Paris, to go alongside his 25 he scored in Tokyo.
He is an icon of Brazilian parasport. And great thing for Brazil, they've got so many attacking options. Moreno, Dantas, Marquez, Sousa, all capable of scoring goals on the day.
42 goals scored for Brazil. They know how to find the back of the net.
Certainly do, and sometimes it's been defensive indiscipline that's been their issue, conceding penalties, but you can see quite how accurate they are on court today.
It's a great atmosphere inside the South Paris arena. But goalball is unique in so many ways, but in particular when the game starts, hush will descend across the venue.
It's a remarkable sport to watch. You have these moments of high atmosphere, lots of noise, and then the ball's in play, it's absolutely silent. It really adds to the tension, especially in medal matches like this one.
It's important in goalball that the ball bounces twice when you throw the ball, once inside your team area, the 2 zones right in front of the goal, and once in the neutral area, either side of the centre line. Potentially see some quick throws today as well. Players can reach up to speeds of 38 miles an hour. It's a rapid sport.
It really is fantastic to watch, and levels of physical exertion these players go through. Not just hurling the ball at rapid pace, but lifting those same quick balls, throwing themselves around court.
Our referees from Jordan and Finland. The voices of the referees will be heard around the venue, and their calls are really crucial for the players on the court, the coaching staff, the spectators in the crowd, and for you at home. Starting 3, People's Republic of China. It also includes Deyi, 8 goals so far here in Paris.
No surprises there, that's been the same starting 3 that they've been relying on throughout the tournament. Very much consistent side, don't like to make lots of changes.
Head coach for People's Republic of China, YIN Shiqiang, coached the team to gold at the 2022 Asian Para Games. Starting 3 for Brazil, Moreno, Sousa, Ernesto. Lots of goals in that starting 3.
Yeah, not just in the starting 3, but on the bench as well. Dantas on the bench, capable of firing them in as well, so lots of attacking options for Brazil.
Jonatas Castro, head coach for Brazil. Been in charge since 2022. Guided the team to gold at the IPSA World Championships against People's Republic of China. The referees checking the eye shades of all the players before the start of the match. This is a process the referees will do before the start of the game and the start of the second half. All the players wearing blackout eye shades. A meeting between the current Paralympic gold and silver medalists, but this time it's for bronze here in Paris. And we're underway. It's a quick game, Goalball. You only have 10 seconds to return the ball, and both of these teams like to play at a high tempo at times. Leomon Moreno, what a star for Brazil. 12 goals here in Paris to go alongside his 25 that he scored in Tokyo. 36 goals at the IPSA World Championships. It's fair to say he knows how to find the back of the net, Leomon Moreno. A lot of depth in this Brazil team. Yang Mingyuan, top of the scoring charts inside of the competition. It's a fascinating matchup between the likes of Moreno and Yang Mingyuan.
I think so much will depend on whether Yang Mingyuan is on form today. China looks so much weaker in the semi-final. The scoring arm wasn't working quite as it should.
Players won't just lie flat on the court. They'll try and arc their bodies to almost create a ramp to steer the ball over the top of the crossbar. And they'll work in partnerships. 3 players have to cover a 9-meter wide goal. Centre player so important in Goalball, often, sometimes a little bit underappreciated.
Interesting, China going with the dummy there. Player on the opposite wing to the thrower, creating the imitation of movement. Really clever play.
Deyi competing in his first Paralympic Games. Lots of fizz behind that throw from Deyi. 8 goals so far here in Paris. It was nearly a 9th.
Some potent looking throws so far, but both sides defensively holding firm. The hallmarks of close and even encounter, as you'd expect from these very 2 high-quality sides.
Interestingly, both of these teams have conceded the exact same amount of goals, 26 in total. 79 goals scored between them. Nine goals shared in the World Championships final. And so close to the first one from Moreno.
Closest we've come to a goal. I think the China player just about had it covered, but early threat for China and confidence boost for Brazil early on in this first half.
Disappointment for Brazil, losing in the semi-final. Moreno, as mentioned before, that a champion has made as much from his defeats as his victories. It may not be the gold medal, but certainly a bronze would be a big achievement for Brazil to go alongside the bronze that they secured at their home Paralympics in Rio.
Side of Brazil's quality will not want to miss out on the podium places. They have very high expectations for themselves.
So it's 2 halves of 12 minutes in Goalball. The clock will stop every time the ball is blocked out. Timeouts, substitutions. 24 minutes seems a very short time for a game of Goalball, but in reality it lasts nearly about an hour and then some. Quick reply. That one goes wide on that occasion. Castro, head coach for Brazil. Wait goes on for our first goal.
You saw that Emerson Ernesto put up his hand. He knew that his eye shades had been dislodged by that throw. And it shows the force of these throws that are capable of displacing these players' eye shades. And because he's not allowed to touch his eye shades, he had to put up his hand to get the referee's attention.
Moreno switching sides, going towards Yu Deyi. Players will tiptoe their way across the team area. They don't have to stick in the position they start the match in. They can move right, left, go down the center, try and mix things up. It's a limited space, the team area, so players will try and arc their runs, turn on the spot, just like Yang Mingyuan there, trying to generate some power. And that one skims the outside of the post. He's going for that side, coming close.
The two best chances of this first half, both from Leomon Moreno. You can tell his accuracy is getting better and better as the match progresses.
Targeting that right pocket. Working in tandem, the centre player and the wing players. The centre player is so important in goalball. They might not necessarily throw the ball as much as the wing players, but they are the ones that will coordinate the defence and try and close those pockets between the centre and the wing players.
Often the noisy players as well. You hear them making a lot of noise on court.
We've had all sorts during the Paralympics. You can make as much noise as you can before the ball is thrown. Some players pat the floor, they sing. We've had it all here in Paris.
Moreno throwing from centre of court there, just trying a new angle, new position.
12th block for Ernesto, going through some good defensive work in the centre. 6 goals, though, here in Paris, which sometimes is a little bit unusual for a centre player to get involved so much in the attacking part of the game. But it's just another strength of Brazil.
It's what makes Brazil so hard to play against. 3 players capable of scoring goals. It means the ball could come from any angle, from any player. Makes them very hard to beat.
79 goals between the two teams. Yet to get the first, though, in our bronze medal match. Can Sousa break the deadlock? Known as Palazinho. 26 goals in Tokyo, 7 goals so far here in Paris. And once again, going towards Yang Mingyuan. And that's the first goal. Brazil. It's taken just over 6 minutes, but Brazil finally get the breakthrough.
And it's Leomon Moreno. He looked like the most dangerous player in the first half. He got just enough bounce on the ball that China found it hard to deal with. And despite China player sticking out a leg, the bounce in the ball saw it go into the back of the net. Great goal from Brazil.
Moreno's 13th goal here in Paris. They've been really knocking on the door, Brazil, so far. They've come close on a couple of occasions and finally make the breakthrough. Using the frame of the goal to position himself on the court. Players can use the frame of the goal, and the markings on the court are slightly raised so players can navigate their way around. Moreno really starting to click into gear now.
Both of these sides throwing from quite a deep position on court. They're able to advance right up to the high ball line, but not using that option so far.
As long as the ball bounces twice, once in the team area, those two zones in front of the goal, and the neutral areas either side of the centre line. Testing effort and dealt with eventually by Mingyuan.
Moreno once again, he's been the source of most of the chances in this first half.
Desperate to try and claim the bronze medal for his country. Said he was here for the gold, but will have to settle for the bronze. Still a way to go, though, in this bronze medal game. Yeah, the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. Game just being turned up a notch. Tester for Deyi.
We might see Dantas coming onto court soon. SOUSA not having quite the desired impacts on the near side. Good opportunity to change things up a bit.
The unique thing about goalball is you can't just be solely an attacking player. You have to have the defensive parts of your game as well. It's an all-rounded sport, really, isn't it?
It is, and it makes so impressive, these athletes. The way they can contort the ball, but also put their bodies on the line to block.
Player's going to throw in multiple different directions, either cross-court, down the centre. Try and switch it up and confuse their opponents. Really targeting that right post of the China goal. It almost feels like a matter of time before the ball ends up in that side of the goal. Can Moreno do it this time? That's wide.
China starting to throw from slightly higher up court now, but haven't really troubled the Brazilian trio.
Good defensive work from Ernesto. Flew across the court. The core strength that you have to have in goalball is incredible. You don't just lie flat, you have to sort of arc your body. Good real upper body strength as well.
And once again, Ernesto's put himself so much in the thick of it, his eye shades have come loose. It's phenomenal, the force behind these throws.
It's not a contact sport, a body-to-body contact sport as such, but when the ball comes at you at 1.25 kilograms, you really feel it. Court just getting a mop. Court needs to be as dry as possible so the players can throw the ball safely.
Another sign of the physical exertion. These players' hands get extremely sweaty and in turn, court can become quite slippery.
Just the one goal in this first half. Brazil scoring their 43rd goal as a team. Highly entertaining to watch. Bouncing effort. It just land in that neutral area, and also it's going to be a ball over, so Ball crosses the centre line after you've made that defensive block. It goes back to the team that threw the ball. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Teamwork between Ernesto and Moreno.
Brazil, a team that have played together for many, many years. Largely unchanged their squads between tournaments. Means they have a really good understanding of one another on court. Really good positional awareness.
A few bouncing efforts in the last 30 seconds or so. Like China just trying to switch things up. Moreno offering something a little bit different. Cross court. Three-time world champion Leomon Moreno. Such a star of this side.
Examples of both sides throwing from slightly different areas of court, just trying to add an element of surprise. If you're a wing player, it can be add an element of surprise to throw from centre of court, or throw from the opposing wing.
And Mingyuan, 26 goals so far here in Paris. He is the top scorer. Yet to find the back of the net, though, in this bronze medal game, which will delight the coaches of Brazil.
They don't look particularly delighted, but I'm sure they're delighted inside. Not coaches that show their emotions easily, but I'm sure if they hang on, they'll be delighted.
We get very excited about goals in goalball, but coaches often really go into a lot of detail about the defensive part of the game, and if they can go into the break without conceding, that'll be a real positive. Teams have 10 seconds to return the ball. Game management into the final few seconds. A timeout called by China. It's our first of the half, which is a bit of a surprise. I mean, teams have to use at least one of their timeouts, otherwise they lose it. They can't carry over a timeout. You get 4 in total. 45 seconds for the teams to get their message across.
I suspect they've called the timeout. 9 seconds left on the clock. There's a shot clock of 10 seconds in goalball, so see wearing those eye shades, China players can't see the game clock, so I'm sure the coach will be telling them exactly how long is remaining. Helps them plan this final throw.
Coaches can't talk to the players whilst the game is live. So those timeouts are really crucial. Set up a game plan for this final throw for China. The first half. Deyi take responsibility. It's a good effort, and it just goes over. And they are pumped, the Brazilians. Almost celebrated it as hard as the goal they scored.
And here we take another look at that. Great defensive work from Ernesto. Just managed to get a flailing foot on it. Send the ball over the crossbar.
Confirmation that it is half-time. Just the one goal. It's been an enthralling first half.
Really enjoyed that one. Two of the highest scoring sides in the tournament, but they've really cancelled each other out. In the end, I think it's Leomon Moreno that's made a difference on the wing for Brazil.
Standing first half from Brazil's star man. Brazil 1, People's Republic of China 0 at half-time. It's all or nothing in the bronze medal game.
Scary thing for China. Brazil still have Dantas on the bench. We know he's capable of scoring lots of goals.
Allez, maintenant les meilleurs moments de cette première période sur les écrans géants.
Now it's time to take a look first half's highlights.
Allez, dans 90 secondes, le début de la deuxième période de ce match pour la médaille de bronze.
We are just under 90 seconds to the start of the second half.
Quiet, please. Center.
The current Paralympic gold and silver medalists. It was a hard-fought match. Both teams defensively very solid. Brazil knocked on the door a little bit more. Came close on a couple of occasions. This was the breakthrough. Moreno, who else?
So much bounce on these balls, so hard to deal with.
And great defensive work as well. Lots of talk about Moreno and Sousa and of course Dantas in terms of how well he's done. But Ernesto has been excellent, and that was a superb save. Just look at what it meant to him as well.
Such a big boost psychologically right on the stroke of half-time. Changing ends after a big block like that.
Story of the match in the statistics. 7 more blocks, Brazil. China really testing Brazil, making them work for everything. But the most important statistic right at the top. 1 goal to Brazil. Crowd get the message, they need to be quiet whilst the ball is in play. Brilliant support inside the South Paris arena throughout the Paralympic Games.
This is the kind of silent Mexican wave they've been doing with the crowds. Really fun way of getting the message across. Need to be silent when the ball's in play.
Second half is between China, my left, Brazil, my right. Half-time score, China 0, Brazil 1. China will start with the ball. Quiet, please. Center. Play.
Brazil against People's Republic of China, second half of this bronze medal game here at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games.
No changes at half-time. China, not a side that likes to make a lot of changes. Usually like to stick with their starting 3.
2 teams have switched ends of the court, which offers up different angles and opportunities for the players, depending on if you're right-handed or left-handed. Some players favour being at one side of the court, and also for superstitious reasons as well. Using the frame of the goal to position themselves on the court, the players, and also the court markings are slightly raised. Just helps the players navigate their way around, and particularly around that team area. Those 4 lines in front of the goal, to the right, to the left, and down the centre. Communication really important. That pass seems so simple, but that is hours of practice and getting to know your teammates and just a lot of trust.
Interesting to see a player using centre almost as a reference point.
These 2 teams met in the gold medal match in Tokyo and at the IPSA World Championships. I'm sure they'd have loved to have been playing in the gold medal match, but it's still an opportunity to claim a Paralympic medal, which will mean a lot to all these players out on the court. And that one squeezes through. Yang Mingyuan. It took over 6 minutes in the first half, under 90 seconds in the second.
I think Yang Mingyuan might be slightly disappointed with that one. Name of the game, defending and goal ball, get your body behind the ball as much as you can. It was a good throw from Sousa, but slipped under the body of Yang Mingyuan. And a player of his quality might be slightly disappointed with that.
Sousa with his 8th goal here in Paris. Moreno in the first, Sousa in the second. It's 2-0 to Brazil. And it's now 3.
And Brazil are turning it on now. Leomon Moreno once again. Brazil have started the second half with a real flourish, successfully finding the gap between the two China players. Momentum so important in goalball, and momentum very much with Brazil at the moment.
Like a flash, it is 3-0 Moreno. He was revving it up in the first, and he's put his foot down. And no surprises, a timeout called by China. 2 goals in the space of roughly 10 seconds have put Brazil in control of this bronze medal game. Moreno and Sousa with the goals in the second half. Brazil, brilliant.
No surprise, China calling the timeout. Feels like they're somewhat on the back foot. Do have a bit less in terms of depth on the bench to call on. One of the big differences between these two sides, the strength and the experience on the Brazil bench. And China will be thinking what they need to do to change things up and try and alter the trajectory of this match.
Moreno is now the current top scorer for Brazil. 14 goals here in Paris. "45 goals scored for Brazil. Attacking powerhouse. They really are fantastic, Brazil, when they really get going. Deyi just changing things up. Players don't have to stay in their positions. Coaching staff adamant. Castro was certain that was a long ball penalty. Ball has to bounce twice, once inside the team area, once inside the neutral area. They may be leading 3-0, but they want a 4th.
And as China strive to close the gap, they're increasingly using dummy maneuvers, using all the tricks in the book.
That wasn't blocked, that was booted away by Ernesto with purpose. Confidence really is high for this Brazil team. Working in partnerships, the centre and the wing players, communication really crucial in goalball. And Ernesto offering something different compared to a lot of centre players in the game. He will chip in with the attacking side. And has 6 goals so far here in Paris. Compare that to Qinquan, the centre for China, who's only thrown the ball once.
Looking so strong in defence, and you just look at the difference in body language between these two sides. China's shoulders starting to slump a bit, and Brazil seems to get more pumped with every block.
You'd have thought they'd scored. Sousa, quiet in the first, very effective in the second half, and that was good reactions from Mingyuan. Number 3, players won't just be static once they've made the first block, they will try and get back to the goal as quickly as possible. The first thought, try and get back to the goal line. Some noise coming from the crowd. To be as quiet as possible. China coaching staff don't seem too flustered at the moment. Still a long way to go in this second half. Moreno. The spin, beautiful from Moreno. That is quite extraordinary.
Pace is such a valuable commodity in goalball. And the slightly slower spinning ball from Leomon Moreno, it's a lot harder to detect. And it really confounded the Chinese players. Oh, that was Shane Warne type spin from Leomon Moreno. Ball of the century on the goalball court. That was incredible.
Absolutely amazing from Leomon Moreno. And it's a great reply from China. They really needed that. Momentum was really starting to build for Brazil, and that just pegs them back a little.
Good throw from Mingyuan. Brazilian coaching staff appealing for the long ball penalty, but it was just the right side of the line. Perhaps a bit of a confidence builder for China and get back in this bronze medal match.
27 goals now, the top scorer on the men's side of the competition. The first half was very compact. Both teams struggled to really break down. Brazil were knocking on the door, and they burst through it at the start of the second half with 2 goals in 10 seconds. The second half has been scintillating.
It really has, that flurry of early Brazil goals, but that most recent goal from Leomon Moreno, never seen a ball spin like that on a goalball court. It's something he's been working on in a practice court, because that was really something else.
How do you defend against that? Nice throw and a good save from SOUSA.
Really firm block. It's all about keeping your legs together and creating a firm barrier. Blocks it out really well.
And that one squeezes through. SOUSA with his second. Brazil have 5.
Good example of slightly less proficient defence from China. All off the chest of the Chinese centre and into the back of the net. But great throw from SOUSA. Love the way he winds up his arm, generates pace on the ball. And the ricochet was unfortunate for China.
SOUSA said, we are going to work harder to bring the bronze medal, and they are certainly delivering. Teams have 10 seconds to return the ball. It's a quick game. The tempo of this match, certainly in the second half, has ramped up another level. The current gold and silver Paralympic medalists. Brazil beat China in Tokyo. And they are beating them again here in the bronze medal match. The ball just getting a wipe down. It has to be as clean as possible to help the players grip the ball, and also when they're blocking the ball.
The ball's so important to this sport. Players have to be able to hear the bell inside the ball, so it can't be interfered with and it can't be wet. So referees keep a really close eye on it. There's a wonderful manoeuvre from China, using all 3 players on court to launch the manoeuvre. dummy on the wing, and centre player serving as a bit of a reference point for the other wing.
Working in tandem, Ernesto and Moreno. They'll work in partnerships in terms of defence. Centre player will often be the one to gather the ball as well after the initial block. Try to stop that ball over. Moreno clings on, and the crowd eager to applaud that move. Going for it again, Moreno. This time the trick doesn't come off. Nicely placed. Beautiful from Deyi. He gets his first goal of the game.
Deyi throwing from a different area of court. He moves towards the centre. Element of surprise, and he really slammed the ball into the court, generating lots of bounce. And when players are defending flat on court, that bounce can be a really effective weapon.
31 goals at the IPSA World Championships for Deyi. He gets his 9th goal here in Paris. Competing at the Paralympics for the very first time. Great experience for the 26-year-old. Block and good reactions from Ernesto. All the players on the court just seem to be fizzing with excitement. Despite that 3-goal margin, China, they'll still believe they can get back into this game. As well in the end, Deyi, and it's just to slam the ball into the court. And that one is cleared over the top of the crossbar. He's pumped, Ernesto.
Bounce from Deyi starting to pose a bit more of a threat. Brazil finding it increasingly hard to deal with.
Great core strength from Ernesto to lift his legs up into the air and clear it over the top of the crossbar. It's a synthetic resilient flooring, so it has a little bit of give, the court, but it's still a hard surface. Players will wear protective sort of padding on their knees and elbows. And they'll throw their bodies at the ball to try and block it. Any means necessary, certainly at this stage of the game. No changes for Brazil so far in the match. Got some great options on the team bench.
They certainly do. Dantas, until a few minutes ago, he was Brazil's top scorer in this tournament. And it feels like China's starting to interpret Brazil's plays more effectively. Dantas could provide a good option, bit of variation.
13 goals so far at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games for Dantas. That's off the post, and China, you just feel momentum is just starting to change a little bit. And the coach knows it.
You really can. I think that's why Brazil might be about to make a change very shortly. Good throw, and it's a matter of inches in it. Really small margins in goalball, especially in these big knockout matches.
Great bouncing effort. Mingyuan has to bounce twice on the court, once in the team area, those two zones right in front of the goal, and once in the neutral area, the sections either side of the centre line. The players feeling it on the team bench area. Yeah, living the game with the players. They're out on the court. Moreno, he's going for it again.
Both of these teams play in fairly traditional, static ways. We don't see lots of interplay between the different wings like you do with some teams.
Sousa. Close. Off the post. Brazil nearly add a sick. Good save from Deyi.
Good save, and Sousa, who looked relatively quiet in the first half, he's been much a better player in the second.
That right pocket once again. Space there for Moreno. Good work from Emerson Ernesto trying to stop the ball over. Ball crossed over the center line. It has gone back to China. Checking the eye shades. Young Mingyuan, number 3. People's Republic of China. Players can't touch their eye shades whilst the game is live, so they have to wait for permission from the referee.
No penalties in this match so far. Very interesting with the amount riding on this match. Sometimes you see a bit of nerves creep in.
Mingyuan, 6 long ball penalties during the Paralympic Games. Moreno 4, but they've been very disciplined during the bronze medal game. Getting close again. Sousa under pressure. Speed that these players generate in their throws. Quite something to behold. That one flicks up into the air and away. Pushing that long ball line.
There's another China play where all 3 players involved, the centre making noise on the surface of the court, and the other wing doing the dummy move. It's not just the thrower that's responsible for generating the goals.
Brazil have only conceded 28 goals so far here in Paris. Only kept 1 clean sheet during their games here at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. Great bounce from Ernesto. Really changes things up for Brazil. China need to find something special in this final 2 minutes of the game, and a timeout necessary.
I'm sure the Brazil coach will be saying, just keep your discipline, keep up that accuracy that's seen Brazil not concede any penalties so far. It might be a reminder them to take a little bit longer with the ball, allow 10 seconds to get your throw away, so you might start to see Brazil running down the clock a little bit.
Game management really important. Coaches can't talk to the players whilst the game is live, so these 45 seconds that you get during timeouts really crucial. Coaches have to pick their words really carefully. Communication is such an important aspect of the game. Sousa just carefully walking around the team area, waiting to set the throw. He uses the frame of the goal to position himself on the court. That's a third for China, and suddenly maybe a little bit of nerves creeping in for Brazil. They've been really going at that right side of the Brazilian goal.
Deyi, again, his bounce has really caused a problem for Brazil in the second half. Perhaps an element of tiredness from Sousa. Not able to make the block. And a lot of, whatever happens in terms of the medals, a lot of positives for China to take, including this performance from Deyi.
His 10th goal here in Paris, competing at his first Paralympic Games. And that chat during the timeout, I'm sure Castro, the Brazilian head coach, want to try and call even another timeout now to regather his team. That wasn't in the script.
I'm surprised we haven't seen any substitutions from either side yet. At the end of a tournament, players particularly tired. Feels like a good opportunity to bring on some fresh legs.
Fantastic for Brazil, 13 goals so far. Excellent in the Paralympic Games. But Brazil know that if they can just keep blocking, the bronze medal will be theirs. Close again from Deyi.
Deyi throws from right at the back of the court, almost goes underneath the net.
Been two contrasting ends to this second half. Start of the second half, Brazil really clicked into gear, and we're 3-0 up. Inside 90 seconds of the second half. And you thought at points that Brazil were just going to go off into the horizon, but China kept them at arm's length, but they need something special now, going into the final 40 seconds. Good teamwork in the end by Brazil. They work together, protect that ball at all costs.
Once that ball goes into the air, it can be really hard to detect. That explains the scramble as Brazil tried to locate the ball on the court.
23.4 seconds remain. Teams have 10 seconds to return the ball. So this really is all about game and time management. And no surprises, Moreno is trying to soak up as many seconds as possible. Timeout called by People's Republic of China. And at this stage, they really need a miracle.
And with just 12 seconds left on the clock, they will be meticulously planning throw by throw. It is really up against them. If Brazil block this next throw, they can afford to run down the clock. It means China won't be able to get the 2 goals they need to take this game to overtime.
Brazil are nearly there. A block now would seal it. It is blocked. And now Brazil can just soak up the seconds. And they are now bronze medal winners at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. Just look what it means. The 3-time world champions, current Paralympic gold medalists. They've won the bronze here in Paris through an excellent team performance.
Brilliant performance from Brazil. They bounced back from their semi-final defeat. And they looked really strong on court. Moreno instrumental in the first half, Sousa in the second. And They didn't even need to call on Dantas on the bench. Really impressive win for Brazil.
Sousa said they were going to work harder to bring the bronze medal back to Brazil. They'll be on the podium. Special group of players have secured another Paralympic medal. Another bronze medal to go alongside the one they won in Rio in 2016. People's Republic of China finished 4th at these Paralympic Games. It's often a place in the overall standings that hurts for a lot of players, just so close, but still a very good tournament from China.
They'll be disappointed with 4th place after the brilliant performance of the group stages. Brazil just the stronger side today. Mingyuan not able to recreate his goal-scoring form from the previous matches.
Party time for Brazil. I'm sure they'll celebrate well. Moreno has won it all. And this one means a lot. Confirmation then, Brazil have won the bronze medal